3 is the future.
Welcome, crew, to What Are Your Three, a Channel 3 podcast, where we take a member of the Channel 3 community, discuss 3 games of their choosing, go through some odds and ends, honorable mentions, and have a nice little video game discussion. I'm Dan Tucker. Not with me tonight, El Rey. He's not here. I'm flying solo for this one, which is a first, and I apologize to our guest, but you know, our guest probably has me covered. I'm going to introduce our guests very rapidly here. We'll have a moment of silence for Ray. But our guest on Channel 3 is registered as Gio the Podcaster. Gio the Podcaster, frankly, everywhere across platforms has locked that in there. Probably most importantly, the host of the Giovanni Show podcast. You can find it everywhere. I'm going to begin this conversation by saying I'm not even the best Tucker that Gio will have had a conversation with this year. As among the guests in this podcast, Ross Tucker was on during the NFL playoffs. So I'm not like I don't even get I don't even get to say I'm the best Tucker you've talked to. Gio, welcome onto the show here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I appreciate your time. You know, for anybody who's, again, not familiar, again, most of you are well aware, anybody who's in the sports chat of Channel 3, we do have an IRL sports chat that's allowed to exist, is well aware of my, you know, I no longer live in the greater Philadelphia area. I've been out of there for a while, but I refuse to give it up. I live in Western Pennsylvania now, but I will not pick up the Yinzer parlance, nor will I pick up the black and gold for anything. I stand by the Eagles. So the Eagles, the Phillies, the Sixers, the Flyers, as painful as the Flyers are right now, that's a different issue altogether. But anyway, for anybody not familiar, Gio, we at least got the Phillies coming up, right? We got in a pretty good off season, I think. You and Chris Long had a good conversation about that. I was going to reference, you know, for anybody not familiar. So Gio's got a podcast, the Giovanni Show podcast. I'm going to list some of the guests just so you're aware. Again, most recently, Chris Long was back. Very strong episode, very, very strong performance by you, by the way, on that particular episode. But like Rich Eisen, Colleen Wolfe, Mike Garofalo, but a bunch of Sports Illustrated people. You know, it's not just Eagles guests either. You've had Washington Commanders on there. That one I just joke, but you know, Colts. You've gone into college football. You've been featured on ESPN. You've been featured on the Pat McAfee Show. So many other places. But Gio, welcome. We're here we're going to break something for you here. We're going to talk less sports, because otherwise I'm going to lose like 90% of the people we talk to here. They're going to get annoyed. We have too many Giants fans. We're not going to talk about them, but we're here to talk some games today, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Well, first thing I want to do, so this was actually set up for us wonderfully by the group at A Kid Again. For anybody not familiar, every month we do what's called the Channel 3 Championship Series. We do a big monthly tournament, one night, kind of a no-holds-barred tournament out there. We have some fun with it. You know, we do XP on the website, but, you know, taglines, things like that on channel3.gg. But one of the things that we've been doing with the Channel 3 Championship. Last month, we did some fundraising for it. This month, we've partnered with A Kid Again for the Channel 3 Championship Series. For anybody not familiar with A Kid Again, they provide families with consistent year-round therapeutic activities. They call them adventures, frankly. The idea is to have a meaningful shared experience with the family, memories for parents, siblings, especially for folks facing health issues, children in the family there. You know, Gio, I know you're what they identify, I believe, as a celebrity spokesperson, because again, reference all of the above, but anything you want to say about A Kid Again here?
Yeah, so just recently they started a program where it was celebrity ambassadorships. And so they recently started that program, and it's me and Kenny Moore from the Colts and a few different college basketball, football, and baseball players. And basically what we do is we just go and spread the name of A Kid Again and everything that they are doing. And what they do is just fantastic. They just take kids who don't have normal kid experiences, like going out and playing with friends and doing things like that. And they put them all together and have, like you said, adventures. And I've been fortunate to go to a few of them, and they're just so fun. You know, growing up, I didn't have something like that. So to go into this as a almost adult now and seeing these kids' face light up when they go, it's just so awesome. And seeing them make new friends and just being a part of this has just been so spectacular.
It's a national organization. Again, Ohio. I mean, everywhere. I referenced Ohio, Indiana. Obviously, is going to be part of that conversation on your end as well now. But Pennsylvania, they have chapters in both Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. But if you pull up their website at akidagain.org, I frankly, I should have counted beforehand to be aware of exactly how many states they're in. But they are across the country helping folks out here. So it's not money that's going to one local area either. It's money that's helping out nationally. So it's really great organization. What kind of adventures have you partaken in with them?
So they had a Halloween event where it was us kids and there was a bunch of Colts players. And basically what it was is we all got to dress up and do this, like they called it like a fashion show. And so you walk down the runway. I was fortunate enough to do it with somebody that I'm fortunate enough to call my friend Kenny Moore. We dressed up. I was Ted Lasso and he was a soccer player. So it was really fun and funny, and it was something that I will remember forever. And Kenny's such a great guy, and I'm just so fortunate to be on a board of celebrity ambassadors with people like him. So.
Yet again, you name drop somebody can utterly destroy me. It's hilarious. No, a great organization. I would just bring up a couple things. One, first of all, we're going to have a quick turnaround here. This episode is going to drop on Friday, March 22nd. So we're having a rare Friday episode. Normally we're a Wednesday podcast, but we're a Friday podcast this week for a second or third episode. I don't know, whatever. We're having this drop on Friday tonight. March 22nd, 2024, we are having our Channel 3 Championship Series. If you go to c3.gg/c3cs, c3.gg/c3cs, there'll be links and everything in the description below, whatever you're listening to this on now. But anyway, we're having our tournament. We have a Mario Kart group called the Cups League that's helping us to put this one together. We're going to have a big one-night event. There's 2 groupings. So for those of you who are overwhelmed by sweaty tryhards in the Mario Kart circuit, don't be. We're gonna put them in their own bucket. We will also have a casual group. We're gonna have casual. We're gonna have competitive. So don't be overwhelmed there. Our goal is really, amongst the many things that Channel 3 is, to foster non-toxic environment. So we want to make sure everybody comes and has a good time, regardless of their skill level. I am walking proof that you don't have to be good at this to have fun. 9:00 Eastern, that will start. All the information again, c3.gg/c3cs. At the same time, we're also raising funds for A Kid Again. If you go to c3.gg/donate, it's also our featured quest on the website right now. So for anybody who's already a member, go take a look at that, because you can get a bunch of XP, level up, get a special tagline. But again, c3.gg/donate will take you right to our page for A Kid Again, where we're doing donations directly with them. You don't have to worry about money going through middlemen or anything along those lines. Those donations go right to A Kid Again. They make the money work too. They make sure, listen, the families, it's $0. Does not cost anything for the families who are involved with A Kid Again. $385 covers adventures for one child for a year also. So they make the money work. There are organizations out there, Gio, I don't know how much you deal with some other places, but they don't make money stretch like that. There's a lot of overhead. There's a lot of money going elsewhere. But A Kid Again makes the money work very effectively here.
Yeah.
So like I said, c3.gg/c3cs or donate, and that'll be involved there. Gio, do you play Mario Kart?
You know what? I used to play Mario Kart a lot when I was little.
It comes back, I promise. I play with a bunch of grown adults. It gets rough out there, but I'm always there and have fun. That's the fun part about the I was involved with a group called the Dad Gaming. They are on Channel 3, and I don't have as much time to run races there, unfortunately, because ironically my kids are up later now than they used to be, so the times don't always work out perfectly for me. But I'll tell you, it's fun to do. We have a blast as a lot of adults. We were reminiscing with somebody this week about Mario Kart. Actually, the person who gave us the greatest thrashing, he's about your age now. He's 15 or 16 now, but when he's 11, he would literally beat all of us mercilessly. We could do nothing in our middle age against him. He is still good. He is nationally a national competitor. But anyway, but Gio, thank you for coming on. We're going to take some time here. You agreed to talk about. When we have folks on, we talk about 3 games of their choosing, and you have done just that for us. You sent 3 games you wanted to talk about here. We're going to start off with Escape from Tarkov. This was a game that had its initial closed beta back in 2017, so 7 years nearly, going strong. On our website at channel3.gg, we've got user ratings, kind of like Goodreads or Letterboxd, but for video games. This one's got a 4.1 rated. You gave it 5 stars on the site. First-person survival shooter game. So I'm just going to start off. How did you get into Escape from Tarkov?
Yeah, so me and my producer for my podcast, Connor, we've always been big gamers. And a few months ago, I had heard of the game. Actually, it's probably about a year ago now. And he got it, and then I got it, and we started playing together. And I love the competitive side of it, and just how slow that game is, and how tactical it is, and just all the different loot and stuff. It's so fun, just ratting and finding everybody and just taking them out.
It's funny you talk about how slow it is, because we're going to talk about another game later that's a 100-person battle royale that those matches take 20 or 30 minutes. This one, it's 14 players. The matches, I mean, I've been in ones that have taken about 15 minutes, but I've also been in ones that have taken close to an hour. Yeah. Like you said, it's very open. What are your emotions when you play this game, before I get out there and kind of throw my own commentary out there? What are your emotions like? What do you feel when you're playing this one?
It'll get scary. It'll get scary at times. It's scary majority of times. I feel like when I go to Ground Zero, which that's my favorite map right now in Escape from Tarkov, that map it's scary. I mean, it's just literally, for people who have never played that game, it's literally a city of just people in different windows. And if you're running down the street, you are gonna die. Like, there's just campers everywhere that are just gonna shoot you. And I love camping Terra group building. So you walk in a Terra group and you walk up the stairs, and there's a room that's room 3, and the room 4 you can't get into without a key card. And so I love camping the room 3, but I actually found you can jump up on like the window ledge on room 3 and get over to room 4 without the key, which I thought is super crazy. So I love camping behind that room 4 door, just waiting for people with the key card and just taking them out.
That's cool, because they think they're safe. Like, I have the key card, nobody else got it first, and there you are, just waiting on the other side of the door. That's cold. Yeah, and I mean, like, listen, you're dealing with what's your I guess scav is the military raids your favorite then?
Yeah, I love doing the PMC raids. Scav raids are always fun in Factory too, when you're just such a small map and there's so many people, so it's like you really don't know who's a PMC. You can't trust anyone there, so it's just makes it more intense.
Yeah, so for everybody not familiar with the scav raids, those are scavenger raids where you're trying to get supplies. The idea is extraction, so you're trying to get one team to the other side of the map to get out of there. The crazier thing, Gio, this one, your gear's at risk when you play this game, right?
Yep.
You take your gear in, you might not get your gear back when you come out. This isn't other games we're going to talk about later where there's just firearms littering everywhere. You got to go in and you're putting your stuff at risk.
Yeah, I mean, I always joke around about this. I am Tarkov bankrupt right now. I have no money. I think I'm level 10. I haven't reached the level 15 spot where you can unlock the store where you can buy everything. So I'm just kind of going in with scav loot every time I'm on PMC. So it's just it gets crazy, but I think I only have like 100K, which for people who have never played this game, that sounds like a lot of money. But, like, trust me, there's so many people who have, like, 15 million to, like, 50 million, and those people are a whole lot better than me, I'll say that.
Yeah, you're just walking around with, like, a wooden gun or a sharpened stick, hoping for the best. Just trying to, like you said, you're just looting, searching lockers, looting bodies, trying to see what you can find.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny because the clip that stands out the most for me, we gather clips on the site every week and we let people submit and we pick a winner every week. But I remember a few weeks ago, somebody submitted an Escape from Tarkov clip that was just them standing behind a tree. They could hear somebody coming running towards them, and they managed to just kind of move around this big tree just enough to stay out of the line of sight of this person. So, like, there's a tension to this game that it's not quite like a Dead by Daylight for those who have played that game makes me unhappy. that game is so tense it makes me unhappy. This one's got kind of like a fun hide and seek element to it.
Yeah, it definitely does, but man, it gets scary. Like I think I get jump scared at one time in a raid, so it gets scary, like I said, and people like it makes it easier when you're wearing like a headset with headphones too, because then you can hear footsteps clearer. So
yeah, you get that stereo and you hear it coming from the right side, left side. Unless you put your headphones on backwards, then you're in trouble. But
right.
Any favorite gear besides your sharpened stick?
Ooh. I'd have to say either the Scar is my favorite gun or the AUG. I love the AUG.
Have you gotten now? Is it too early to customize gear at this point for you then? Or have you gotten to customize anything?
There's a little bit of customization where I'm at. It's just a limited guns, but this game, I don't know if you've ever played the game Dead Side, but
no.
It's a game. It's like Tarkov and Rust having a baby. So it's like you build the bases and stuff, but then you get like the realistic loot and it's kind of more tactical.
Are you feeling a sense of dread the whole time too, Gio?
Oh my gosh. I deleted that game after probably I had like 75 hours of work and I lost everything because somebody raided my base and I was very upset. And so I deleted that game, but that game kind of propelled me into getting into Tarkov more because it's not the same pain when you lose stuff. So that's why I brought it up, because it's not the same agony that you go through in Tarkov. So that's why I like Tarkov so much.
Let's talk about your second game. We're moving. We're going to talk about Helldivers II, which I think this will be the first official time we have kind of like skimmed the surface of the game in conversation. I think it might have been somebody's honorable mention one time recently, but obviously a very recent game. I'm going to tell you, Gio, this one's running an early 4.6 on the site on channel3.gg in our library of 4.6 right now, which is pretty strong. But first, for one time we're talking about this, I got to preface a couple things here because I'm going to pull up an invisible soapbox as I'm sitting here in front of my computer here with you, Gio. But my soapbox is going, I'm going to start this off and just say, in an era where live service games are being dunked on and trashed, this one rises above the rest. And I got to tell you a couple things, Gio, that they amuse me, and I'm intrigued by this. This was built in an engine called Autodesk Stingray, and for those who are not familiar, this is a game engine that was discontinued in 2018. So even the company that built this game engine does not even service it anymore. These guys were able to put together a game there. The game download on Steam is 20 gigabytes and installs with 70, I think. On PlayStation 5, I think it's like it's only like 24 gigabytes to download this game. In an era, again, where your Call of Duties and whatnot can't get an update under 125 gigs, this entire game is 24 gigs and plays cleanly. So Helldivers 2, again, it's everywhere. It's memed everywhere. It's hilarious. There's a culture to it. How did you wander into this?
I was talking to my dad, I think, and he had mentioned the game. So I went and I looked at the trailer, and then instantly I was like, I got to buy this game. Like, it was just, it was so, like, it looked so fun. And then I get into it, and me and all my friends got into the game. And the satisfaction of that game when you kill a bug, and it's like every time I see a bug in my room, I just want to put down that aerial strike. Like, it's so fun, and it's so like I've had this pent up anger towards bugs that I didn't even know about until now. So I'm just taking out all these bugs, and the game, just the scenery alone. Like, you look out and it's just the galaxy, and it's so beautiful. And you mentioned the culture of the game. I've not met one toxic person on that game. It's great community, and I just love it.
I have seen one time, and they got put down by everyone else involved. Like they were just they got eliminated brutally. For anybody not familiar, so the funniest part, like by the time you're done a level, you're just covered in yellow bug goo. I have not, frankly, I've not played enough. I've not gone after the bots yet, and my understanding is there's a third enemy type lingering. That this game also, sidebar, as I'm like taking myself off track here. For anybody again not familiar, this isn't a live service game like where you go into, and I don't mean disrespect towards a Destiny 2, but there's a clear roadmap for Destiny 2 of like, this is a season, this is what's going to happen, here's where the raids are. There are people at the company behind Helldivers who are literally pulling the strings of this game. They are orchestrating campaigns. They drop information out like, hey, listen, there are mechs over here. The mechs are getting a little too powerful. They take the mechs away. Like, they are messing with people. They're the community out there to, we were talking about like this. There's this enthusiastic community of this like real role-playing game element. Everybody getting into this, I'm not going to make any comments. I don't want to sound like a bug supporter. I don't need that smoke coming into my inbox. But I will say that like people are intense in this game, and they have these like game masters that are over in Europe, and they're like, people are moving a little too fast. I think we're going to turn the heat up. They're trying to liberate 5 planets in 3 days. And no, we're not going to. That's not going to happen. Let's send in the bug infantry and get them. Take them down a peg. So they're having fun with it. They're not wreaking havoc. They're not just kicking people in the teeth for the sake of it, but they're making the game engaging for people.
Yeah.
As they're going through here.
And it's like us as a community, we come together to liberate the planets, and then it's so cool because working together as a community, you get rewards for it. It gives you the medals for your battle pass, and it's just even I can't remember the last time I've seen a battle pass on a game, except for Helldivers, that is just gives you actual like good stuff. Like, you look at the Fortnites and the Call of Duties, it'll be like a loading screen here, a loading screen there, back bling here, back bling there. Like, there's no comparison to Helldivers 2. Like, you can tell like they really care and put in the effort, which I'm not saying that the games that I listed don't care, but it's just feels like this game really wants to connect people and build a community.
Yeah, in an era where live service games are just like, hey, we're going to collect money, you're going to get something for it, this is going to run for X distance or Y. No, they're there and they're engaging, and people are like, I need to get one more mission, I need to unlock the bro hug. Give me the bro hug. I need to unlock that on the pass, and you're seeing that. Not only that too, but like, there are people out there. There are mythical heroes who are arising. That are arising from the ashes in Helldivers. Like, you could fire off an SOS, and people may or may not come and help you. You may get an SOS, and like, you may need to go try and help somebody out of a mission there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's live. It's engaging, and like, I don't know. I want to understand someday from a narrative perspective, from a marketing perspective, like this game did not spend, I mean, it spent however much time it did in development. I don't know, like Helldivers 1, I don't know if you've ever played it or looked at it. It's like a top-down shooter, and it's there, it exists. Yeah. People had fun with it, but I don't know what marketing plays they made to get people to buy into this the managed democracy throughout the galaxy, and gathering resources, and all this kind of anti-bug propaganda, and making sure, even the comments they make from their social media accounts when somebody's like, hey, listen, I have concerns, it seems like we're not really doing this right, and they're making jokes back of like, hey, this sounds like a bug account, what's going on here. I don't know how they planned it. I don't know how they got people to buy into it. Even when you're on voice chat for this, like you said, you're dealing with toxic people, and like, everybody's in on the bit.
Yeah. I mean, I stream this game, and me and my friends stream this game, and we'll just be screaming for liberty. Like, the voice lines in this game, it's so funny. I absolutely love this game. I feel like these past few months of gaming have been the best gaming that I've had in a few years.
2023's best year of games has carried over into 2024 so far. It's been a strong year. The ragdoll physics in this one really sell it too. I
mean, me and my friends just troll each other. We go up to each other, and if you hit F, you can melee, and there's obviously friendly fire. So we'll be next to a cliff, and I'll just hit F real quick and knock my friend off the cliff. But luckily, it doesn't kill them. It takes a lot to kill a Helldiver, but it's really funny when you see them just go flying. So.
One last question, because one thing I adapted quickly for the fact that my brain is broken, and that's a separate psychological discussion. But one thing they've done differently from, again, we'll reference a Fortnite. We're going to talk more extensively about that is, you've got 5 clips and 50 rounds. That doesn't mean, you fire one shot from a clip, you switch the clip and you still have 49 rounds. That means, no, you've got 4 clips with 10 rounds and you just threw away 9. How is that adapting? Because, listen, my kids are younger than you, but like, I joke, like, we've been in this era, and even going back to like the golden eyes of the world for we olds, as I'll call it. Yeah. But, you always just said, okay, I have 40 rounds. It doesn't matter how many clips, but this game, no, we're being realistic here. You've got 5 clips that are full. How did you get used to that? How are you still getting used to that?
I feel like I feel it, so it's like the same as Tarkov. So I feel like, you have to use your ammo and everything wisely. So I feel like playing both of those games at the within the same time period has definitely helped me. Sometimes I'll be even playing Fortnite and I'll be like, oh, I can just reload. Like I feel like it's kind of got reversed now for me. I'm like not wanting to waste ammo in even Fortnite. So I feel like it's different in that aspect where I'm trying to preserve ammo in places that I don't have to.
Yeah, Fortnite. I've got 505 rounds of assault rifle ammunition, but oh wait, no, I can just reload. Yeah. Who cares?
Right.
Well, I'm going to take that opportunity then, Gio, to segue into game number 3, which is the aforementioned Fortnite, the highest rated game we're discussing of the day on channel3.gg. It is a 4.7 rated game. I'm going to call it the title belt holder in the Battle Royale domain. I'll put Helldivers in the live service versus, I know Fortnite is too, but the Battle Royale title belt holder. How long have you been playing this one?
Ooh, I've been playing this one since Season 2, Chapter 1. I was the ultimate squeaker Fortnite kid when this game came out. I was, playing this game every day. Could not wait till I got home from school to play this one. And then I feel like during COVID, I played this game all the time and got better at it. And once they released that ranked system, I was in there.
I can't wait until I see my son later and call him a squeaker Fortnite kid. Thank you for thank you for gifting that to me, and I can't wait till he loses his mind on me. You're wonderful. So the ranked mode really got you into this. What rank have you? Are you? So hang on, before I get to that, I'm going to assume you're a builder, or are you a no build?
Yeah, I'm a builder.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's how it goes. What ranks have you gotten to?
So last season I reached rank elite, and so I was pretty happy about that. I played a few cash cups. I got into the second round on all of them, but of course I didn't win any of them. But still trying for that. But I feel like just the competitive side of that game just makes it more fun, But also, since they've added the no build side too, I feel like that's brought a lot of players back. So them adding that has definitely helped. And then obviously bringing back OG Fortnite a few months ago was just so amazing. So
have you been hearing the rumors on that note?
Rumors? Are they going to bring it back again?
Well, there's a rumor it may become a permanent mode on its own.
Ooh.
That's just going to be, they're going to have it just in there.
I feel like that wouldn't, I just feel like that wouldn't even work.
Can I tell you what was funny to me for that OG season? It felt so slow. Like just
I kind of like that. I really do. I like
the Tarkov in you came out, huh?
Yeah. Right. I'm used to playing those slow paced games, but it felt like, you can play casual, and that's how pro games are, and ranked games are just, very slow, and there's still like 45 people left when it's like the fourth circle. So that's not really how pub games are. So it felt like when I'm in a pub game in OG Fortnite, I feel like, I don't have to play ranked to feel, the atmosphere.
It's funny when you watch some of the cash cups and whatnot, and like you said, you got 45 people left, and the circle's covering like a tenth of the island that it was, and Yeah, you zoom in, you see there's like builds on top of builds on top of builds. And you've got like 15 different people standing in one spot, but at different elevations because they're just trying to work their way towards each other. Like you said, just they are there. It's slow, and they are going to be methodical while they're going through.
Yeah.
So do you have a what skin? So what skin do you run when you're playing Fortnite?
Ooh, I have a few. I usually wear either the pajama Christmas skin. I don't know what it's called. But I wear that, or I think it's called the Eon skin or something like that. Something to that effect. It starts with an E. You had to buy the Fortnite box to get that skin. And so, like I said before, when I was a Fortnite squeaker kid and I wanted my first console, I said, Mom, Dad, for Christmas, all I want is that Fortnite Xbox, and they came through. So
nice. So let me ask a very important question here. So Joel, the founder of Channel3.gg, he's got his strategy. He'll be a bush camper, but not in the way you think. He'll be a bush camper and take a conference call and then get in the fight for the last few minutes. We actually I mentioned this is going to be our third released episode this week. We did like a mailbag episode we recorded last week, and we recorded it while we were playing Fortnite, a la Joel, just camping out in the bush, recording a podcast, answering questions from the website. But what's your strategy is ultimately what I'm getting to. Like, you're on the bus, you're getting ready to drop, you're in builds, you're in ranked, it's going to be sweaty. What's your strategy?
I W key everyone. Everyone I see, I just push them and, come out on top usually.
Oh, are you listening for gun? You're just jumping right in, third partying people. You're just going to back them into a corner.
Yeah, facts. I hot drop out of the bus and just go wherever everybody's going, and I just push everyone, and it's paid off. I got to elite. I'm trying to get higher though.
Yeah, mission accomplished if you're in elite rank. What's your ideal loadout?
This is actually a really great question, because what I see a lot is people run their like how they have their loadouts set up kind of weird. So I usually I get an AR. Obviously you want to have like the gold stuff, but usually I don't get the gold stuff till the end of the games. So I put my AR, then I put my shotgun, then I have my SMG. Sometimes I run a sniper instead of my SMG, and then I have 2 heal slots. But some people,
I somehow don't believe you about the sniper rifle. It sounds like you're just all submachine gun. Like, it's just.
Sometimes, I feel like when you get to the higher rank, I feel like you replace the AR with the sniper, and then you just push people with the. Last season my biggest strategy was actually taking the burst SMG and using that as my AR, because that thing was so OP. So I would just take that, use that as my AR, and then I would have my shotgun and my sniper, and then 2 heal slots.
I'm a big sniperman myself, so that's what I'd be happy with, just a sniper rifle and no one seeing me. I've also, the heal slots are. I've learned to love the storm, Gio. I've learned to love the storm. That's it.
Now that you can walk and heal too, it's perfect.
Oh yeah, especially now that you can do that. Do you do any other modes in there, or is it just mainly builds for you?
I Fortnite Festival, they added that, the kind of the rock band, or the Guitar Hero. Yeah, love that. They just added What Is Love to the item shop, so you already know I had to get that one. So I was playing that. They actually, I was looking yesterday. They took Fortnite Festival out yesterday for some reason. I was unable to play that.
Well, probably some live maintenance. I missed that. I missed that window.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I was like, where is Festival?
Gio, I'll tell you, have a standing invitation. Every Wednesday we play Fortnite. We start at 8:30 Eastern. We play a build round and a no build round, or no build round first, then a build round. But we're there for funsies. You don't have to be good. You can be there like me, just for fun. And again, everybody gets experience points. We're just there. We're having a good time. And we kind of mixed it up this week. We did squad. You had 2 options. Either you could partner up with somebody and be a duo, or go random and fall into a squad. So you can either like partner up and try and bulk up and do 2 versus everybody, or be part of a squad. I hope I explained that right, if that made sense. So
yeah.
Either you follow the RNG gods and hope for the best, but you have 4 of you, and those squads, they were they were they were, you know, reviving and rebooting people left and right. It was interesting to see how it played out.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be in there for both builds and no builds. I know, you know, like I was saying before, I play with my producer a lot. Big no builds guy over there, so you know, I'll be in there for both.
Yes, I heard him. He was on your Eagles episode. You had, was that back in December or something? I'm like, yes, he's.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not listening. He's not as old as I am, probably from the sounds of it. But yes, we olds understand our no build abilities.
Right.
You keyboard mouse. It sounds like though.
Yeah. It really depends. You know, if I'm. I feel like I've been trying to get better on keyboard and mouse, but I started playing on controller. I definitely have. There's some games where it's just like I am so good on keyboard and mouse that like I just can't pick up a controller. Like Rainbow Six Siege, love that game. That's probably, you know, you talked about honorable mentions earlier. That's probably my honorable mention right here. Is that game? I love that game. You know, Jinxie revived that game, so I've been playing that a lot. And that on keyboard and mouse, it's a whole different domain, and it's so fun on PC.
See, this is where you know I'm working with a professional because I'm getting out hosted here. your segue is going to ask if there are any honorable mentions. Was you did it for me? I got nothing here. But Rainbow Six. You're a big fan of the the shooters in that case. You know, you're doing a lot with the live action. They've got something coming to replace it. What's it called? Shoot, can't remember. They've got something in the works in a beta or something along those lines. So keep an eye out for that if you're in the Rainbow Six territory. Not the Division, something. God darn it. It's on the website. It's all I know. I put it in our library. It's out there to read. Any other honorable mentions you want to bring up?
I think it's just Siege. You know, that game, it was literally a dead game, and then Jinxie brought it back. And you know, I don't know if anybody's watched this last night on Jinxie's stream. He had Sketch and Queso on there, and they 1v1'd on Siege. If you know those streamers, they're just absolutely so funny. So those guys together, all three of them, that was like the craziest collab. It broke Twitch, so it was just awesome. So you know, nice. I love Sketch too. You know what? That'll be my second honorable mention is Madden. That's also a game that I feel like was dying. Not a lot of people like that game just because, you know, I feel like there's a lot of luck that goes into that. Some crazy catches or something that makes me mad when I play it. But then you watch guys like Sketch, you just, thank you, brother. Like, they just have that personality.
Now, I'm waiting to see what happens this year because, you know, Madden's kind of been floating out there. But now EA, they've got their college football coming back, which I
cannot wait.
It has barely existed in your lifetime. So this will be a big one this year.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about that. That's definitely one that I've been waiting for a release for a few years, to be honest. And you know, that game, I feel like I'm going to be streaming that game every day.
All right, so I'm going to ask. Well, I guess you know what. Normally, I go into future games you're looking forward to. Was that your future game you're looking forward to? Did I just do it again? Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think another one that I would be looking forward to is Rebirth Island coming back to Call of Duty. I'm super excited for that. Rebirth Island, amazing map. That map made my summer. Whatever summer that was. It was during COVID. Whatever summer that was, oh my gosh, I used to stay up. Sometimes I would not sleep, and I would just stay up and play that game. Like, that game was just such an amazing game. Nice.
All right, well, this is the point where we take a quest, which is a question from the Channel 3 history books every day on channel3.gg. You get a little extra experience point bump. If I can say that in English. I barely got that out here. Good Lord. This is the question I ask every. This is even Ray's job. Anyway, so a question from the Channel 3 history books we pick for you to discuss, something we ask every day, or you can go back through the history and answer prior questions. So I'm going to ask you, what is your gaming snack of choice?
Ooh, gaming snack of choice. You know, it's so funny that this is a question that I got today because all my friends always make fun of me. You're always eating on the mic. I eat literally anything, but my go-to, probably like the purple bag of Doritos. I love those. but also you got like it's got to depend on what game you're playing. If it's like a game where you're like Tarkov, I can sit there and eat a whole entire meal because you're just sitting and waiting for someone. It's kind of like hunting. So it's I can eat anything while I play Tarkov, but when you're playing something like Fortnite, definitely not a big chip guy for that because then you got stuff on your hands and it's just awful. But purple bag of Doritos, I'll tell you that
is that the sweet chili one? Is that what that one is?
Yes, it's so good, especially in the middle of the night when you're playing Tarkov or something, and the lights are off, and you're just hungry and you're eating. Oh, so great.
See, they need voice chat. They need proximity chat. That way, someone just hears your Doritos, your Dorito munching. Like,
that's why that's why I have my prox chat on push to talk. They can't hear me munching.
All right. Well, Gio, thank you again. I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to remind people of a couple of things. First of all, I want to thank Kid again, helping us to organize this. Gio, you've done a great job as far as being one of the celebrity ambassadors. I appreciate you talking about that earlier here. Again, a Kid again, great organization here. Partner with them for things with the Dad Gaming before as well. Always great to see what they're doing out there. Right now, we're doing a fundraiser for them. So if you go to c3.gg/donate, that will take you directly to our fundraising page for a Kid again. And also, again, if you're hearing this on the day of release, so Friday, March 22nd, 2024, 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, PM, we're going to be running our Channel 3 Championship Series Mario Kart 8. So we're going to have a competitive and a casual grouping. So everybody wins. I do want to call out in there though what I failed to mention. It's free. First of all. Second of all, there are prizes. So I'm going to run down here. Gio, I think I don't think it got to you yet, but you've got a jersey on the way. From Channel 3, customized. I meant to ask you too. Where'd the gamer tag come from?
So, Bunny Rico is my gamer tag. My OG gamer tag, actually. I've changed it over the past.
The 16-year-old dropping an OG on me. My God, that hurts. So that was my old gamer tag. It's still my Xbox gamer tag, actually, if you guys want to add me on there. It's just something so my dad created my first gamer tag. And so my parents, my whole life, ever since I was a baby. So there was this one Easter that they had put like those fake bunny ears on me as like a baby. And so they just kind of called me Bunny from that point on. And then Rico, because my dad is actually from Puerto Rico and all my family is there. So just meshed the two together, Bunny Rico. And that's how that came. I think it's a pretty cool name. It works.
No numbers or anything. You see a lot of people with numbers in their gamer tag, which I don't think looks as clean as just, something straightforward like Bunny Rico.
It's hard in 2024 to get one without numbers too, so it's
right. Yeah,
you gotta hold on to it while you have it.
Right. That's why I was like, I'm never changing this because I'm not gonna get it back.
Nope. Well, hey, listen. So for folks who want to come in, we've got prizes tonight. So the winner of the whole shebang gets a custom jersey. So like the one in production that's going to Gio, you've got, I think, the number 4 on it. It's got like a Fortnite background and the number there. It's got your gamer tag on the back. It's got all sorts of custom features. They're a little, when you get it, Gio, take a look in like the lower hem of the jersey. We've got stuff in there like the old school Mortal Kombat blood code. Like there's a bunch of just like gaming Easter eggs lining the jersey. So there's a lot of fun little stuff that's hiding in there, but that is our grand prize, along with, of course, an experience point bump, Channel 3 Championship Series tagline. We've got stickers, we've got t-shirts, we've got all sorts of stuff that are going to be out there for participants. We've got stuff that's going to be out there for our winners. And again, we've got a custom jersey going to one of our donors as well. So a random donor is going to be selected. They'll win a personalized jersey as well. That'll be custom tailored to them. Like I've got one, Gio, I designed for myself. Mine's got my gamer tag, which I'm not as creative. I just wrote the Dan Tucker as my gamer tag, or I guess I have c3.gg/Dan as my tag on my shirt. But my left one is a an NES controller. My right one's a PlayStation 5 controller. So I've got like the two spans of time through the course of it. So, but anyway, all sorts of prizes. Again, c3.gg/c3cs to get that info, or if this is sometime in the future, find out what we're playing this month for our tourney. Donate for c3.gg/donate for a kit again. Every Wednesday we've got our epic party night. We've been running all sorts of games, all sorts of events. Come have fun. Non-toxic, keep it excellent to one another out there. Gio, I'm going to run down some things one more time. First of all, Gio the podcaster. You just type that in, it's going to pop up everything for Gio on Google. It's there. The Giovanni I'm going to leave that in. The Giovanni Show podcast, found everywhere. Again, this is not some schlubs like myself and Ray who are, we're talking to our friends for the most part and having like Gio's out there with guests. Like you got Rich Eisen on your, and listen, I could list off a bunch of Philly people from like Tom McCarthy on to, various Eagles players that may not make an impact on the larger C3 community as a whole. But I'll tell you what, there are guests on here and Gio is really good at his job. I know, your intent is to, do you still say you want to become a broadcaster? I hope you don't anymore because you're really getting the job done now. So I think you got it.
I feel like job's not finished. Like Kobe Bryant said, job's not finished. So, once I get in NFL Network, that'll be the dream come true. But the grind does not stop until we get there.
Yeah, I mean, just listen. The most recent episode, I think, is still, unless you had a new one drop, I think Chris Long. But again, a great interview. Possibly, like each episode, you get better and better. Not that you aren't good to begin with, but like that was a really strong episode for you. And again, Chris Long's a good listen no matter what he's talking. I'd probably listen to him talk about paint drying. He's always compelling and entertaining too. But you did a great job with him there. So Gio the podcaster, just find it everywhere. Now I got to do the part. See, Gio, here's the problem. This is the part I have literally. You're going to be episode number 66. I have never closed this show. I've never. This is Ray's job. So either I do one of two things. Either I fumble through my notes here right now, Gio, or I'm going to cut in Ray and make it sound like he's actually here from another episode. So what I'm going to say. Again, Gio the podcaster, everywhere you can find him. Our podcast can be found at c3.gg/podcast. We drop every Wednesday morning at 3:33 a.m. All the majors. Spotify, Google. See, I screwed it up. There it is. I'm leaving it anyway.
All right, you got it. You got this.
Spotify, YouTube Music. See, I always listen on Google Podcasts, and they're killing Google Podcasts, and YouTube Music's killing me. So that's a me problem. That's a personal problem, not my note problem. Apple Podcasts. Ray is not here with me, but he's here in spirit, and he may be here because I have to cut him in for the closing, whatever. I am here as well. We're executive produced by Joel Willis. We have a theme song by Caster Garden. You can find him at c3.gg/Caster Garden. And I drop the every Wednesday morning, all that other stuff. So it's where you find us. Or in today's case, it's a Friday morning. It's all good, man. Gio, thank you so much for your time. It was fun. I apologize for taking so much of it. But I had a blast, sir. Thank you much.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome, like I said. As I mentioned, every month we run it. We have a Mario Kart group. See, that's what I'm talking about, Gio. That just goes away, and I'm going to just put it at the end and make fun of myself. But
Paris Campbell today, and then
I missed that.
More stuff. Yeah, Paris Campbell just got signed today, which I think that's big. That guy has so much potential. I actually am lucky enough. I wouldn't say friends. I'm acquaintances with him because I met him here in Indy. Great guy. I feel like a lot of guys there's so many guys that are just like cancerous to a football team and have the biggest egos. He is not that guy. He's kind of humble. So I think he has a lot to bring to the locker room. One guy that, I would love to see Devontae Smith just get paid the rest of the money in the cap space. Like, I need that guy to get
careful.
paid.
Howie's got a lot of money. We know what money Howie has in there. He's declared. We don't know about the money Howie hasn't moved yet.
Yeah.
What was it you said? There's something with your Chris Long words. I was cracking up of like, You said something about sending an email to Howie Roseman. I'm like, not everybody's going to be dropping emails to Howie Roseman. That's the funniest. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, so I've been lucky enough to I met Howie a few years ago. He set up a Zoom call with me and invited me to his like personal suite. And so I had this whole suite to myself. And it was crazy. Nothing, I've never had a football game like that, but it was a win against yes, right. It was a win against the Giants. And so I got to experience that. But our friendship has blossomed, and I just email him a few times throughout the season. He always gets back. There's never been an email that I've sent him where he hasn't gotten back. And that's the thing I love about Howie.
He's a good dude.
He doesn't forget where he came from, you know? I don't know if you know the story, but the way that he became a GM was he just sent out letters to all the teams and just got his name out there. So,
yep, and he's a mad genius, and he's not done yet. The man,
oh my gosh,
the man has spent a few years in the broom closet. He's back. He's not letting go of it either.
Right.
That was the other thing I was gonna joke about too that I forgot to. Just like I was born in 1983, October of 1983. So I was born after the Sixers championship of '83, and I spent until 2008 in a drought in my lifetime of just loss and despair. And I'm jealous of people like you who like, listen, the Phillies had a tough stretch, but like, it's been a different environment. Post World Series was a different environment. Like the Super Bowl was a different environment. Like there was always something that could have happened. I'm jealous of people like you, Gio. I'm jealous. You've gotten to grow up in a different era of less pain, less suffering. Well, it's still pain and suffering, but there's at least something to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll get back to the Super Bowl. I was there in Arizona. Worst pain I've ever felt. Worst pain I've ever felt.
Listen, I'm ready for Bryce and the boys to get business taken care of. So I'm in Phillies mode, man. I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah. No, you know, good group of guys. Schwarber and Bryce, and you know, just the Phillies organization. I don't know if you know, but I threw out the first pitch at one of their games.
I didn't know that. No.
The whole organization is just so fantastic, from, you know, the fanatic and the guy who plays him, and just everybody at the Phillies, all the players and coaches, and
it's a good
everybody.
There's not a toxic soul in there. They would throw them out into the street if they did. If somebody tried to do something, that's the beauty of it. Middleton wants it right from the top down. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Channel 3 is the future.